Welcome to Spiritual Success, the podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Stant. As a dedicated student of metaphysics, I have skillfully honed my intuition, mastered the art of meditation, and cultivated a disciplined spiritual practice that has led me to become a multi-seven-figure top sales producer. Today, I work with thousands of business professionals, entrepreneurs, and their teams to up-level their sales game and create magic in their business and life. On this show, you will see that all success truly happens when you authentically align with your intuition. So come, be vulnerable, be open-minded, and allow success to pour through you here on Spiritual Success. Hello, successful souls. Okay, so in today's episode, we are going to talk about one of the lovely laws of the universe, being the law of correspondence. Now, we talk about this law a lot because there's so many different concepts about it and how it can be applied. But today specifically, we're going to talk about how it applies with our organization. Now, tell me, are you an organized person? I know being a saleswoman, being organized is one of the most important things. When I would turn to my team and, managing a huge sales team, I would always say, hey, you, who are the next 3 people you're closing? And they should always know that, right? Because they are organized, they're building their pipeline. And every day when you sit down, you need to remember it's like, okay, well, 1, whose life am I going to change today? And 2, who's got my money? Because here's the thing, when you give, you're allowed to receive, right? And that was always the fun thing that really inspired me as a salesperson, was that even if I wasn't the CEO of the company, I still get to have my own business. Whatever work I put in today is what I'm going to get in return, right? I want to make sure that I'm making the most out of it, because remember, everything in life is an investment, not just your money, but your time. Your time is your biggest asset. Be respectful of it. Your thoughts, your relationships, everything is an investment. And so it's really important to consider how organized you are. Building the pipeline. Who is next? Who is next, right? It's all about organization. But not just organizing data, not just organizing your mind, but it's really important to consider, how are you organizing your surroundings? Now, are you having a lot of clutter? If I go, come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If I go to your car right now and I open up that trunk, what does it look like? If I go into your closet and I open it up, is it clean? Is it organized? Or do you have junk piled up? So here's what the law of correspondence is all about. As above, so below. That means if we are experiencing it in the physical realm, it is also happening by law in the mental and spiritual realms as well. We have all these realms within us because we are part of the whole. Just like if we are a part of an apple pie and we take a slice of that apple pie, right? We said this concept before. Everything that is in the ingredients of the whole apple pie is in the slice too. So what this is important is that these laws not only are as above, so below, but they're also as within, so without. So without, so within. Okay, so what does this mean, Cynthia? A little bit more simple. Okay, if everything on the outside of you looks yucky and sloppy and crappy and like, all unorganized, it's a reflection of what's happening within you. Everything around you is not happening to you, it's happening for you, by you. You are manifesting everything, not just the wonderful, glorious, glamorous, awesome stuff, but all the stuff you may not like as well. When you take responsibility, accountability, you'll realize that, well, if I just change what's happening on the inside, the things on the outside of me will change. If you're having trouble changing the things on the inside, then you can start changing the things on the outside. So one of the things that I have my clients do, idea of how they are perceiving and how they are not accomplishing what I need them to get in success because they're just not organized. If we want clarity, if we want to be tuned in, tapped in, we need to surrender. We need to create space. Let's talk about this. All right, you may have heard me say it before, but it's a really great example. Why do we do it? As women, why do we do it? We hold on to some really old, stingy, just like yucky, clothes that no longer serve us. You wore it 10 years ago. And yes, I know fashion is coming back, right? Fanny packs are back in again, and bell bottoms and all these other things. But at the same time, the newer, cuter ones, not the ones you actually wore 10 years ago. Yes, it has a hole in it, but I could use it for when I'm painting or cleaning the house. Like, really? You are not the same woman anymore, right? And here's the thing. If you realize that and recognize that, and you're like, you know what? You're right, Cynthia. I'm going to go buy new sexy, amazing, more mature, just like amazing clothes that represent who I am. Well, it won't suit you if you buy them and you have nowhere to put them because you have a bunch of old clothes that no longer serve you. Clutter taking up the space. If you want to manifest divine things, creativity, sales, new programs, connections and relationships, the love of your life, you have to make room for it. You have to create the space. And usually that means getting some junk out and cleaning up a hole. So there are clients of mine who want to have the most amazing relationships. And I always say to them, okay, if you are by yourself and you want to manifest the man of your dreams, why are you setting the table for one? Create the space and set the table for two. No one's going to see you doing it. But this is how you bring it into the physical, through the law of assumption, through the law of correspondence. If you are visioning it on the outside of you, your inside can really start to imagine. And when you really imagine, you can feel what it's possible. And when you can think, feel, and act, because that's what you're doing when you're setting up the space on the outside of you to pretend, you'll get on the wavelength of receiving. You'll really feel what it's like to be in that vibration. Therefore, you become. And once you become, you align. And that is how you manifest. So if you want to get amazing new sexy clothes, you're going to have to throw out the junk. If you want to manifest a new man or a relationship or partner, right? We don't judge here. We don't, discriminate. So I have clients who want to attract a partner and I say, well, where would they be? Would they live with you? Where would they stay? You have all these dressers and none of them have space for them to come into your life. Clear out a few drawers and watch the impact that you create. If you want change, it starts with you. Be the change you wish to see. Man in the mirror, right? So I want you to consider, are you organized on the outside? If not, declutter, get organized. And when you change the outside, you'll start clearing up room and changing the inside because it is law. Success has a lot of factors. And once you bring into your awareness what the laws are, they no longer work against you. They start working for you. And again, inside the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group, inside my program, The Spiritual Success, these are the little acts that you can do each and every day to really be held accountable, to have drastic change. And again, if you want change, you have to make change. And that's what I'm all about, is helping you to reach the higher levels of success. Stop looping and experiencing the same things over and over. Break out of that and break the possibilities of the physical realm. Move up to the different realms and really allow these higher callings to come and emerge through you. You came here to get things done, not to keep looping and looping and looping and not being happy and experiencing the things you don't want, right? So I hope this was some food for thought for you today. I challenge you this week, go clean out your car, go clean out your closet. It seems like work, but trust me, everything that's worth it always does in the beginning feel like work, right? Everything you want is on the other side. So just do it. No more excuses, no more dabbling, no more figuring out, going to, someday will, maybe. No, own it, claim it, and make it yours. And if you don't quit, right, you'll never fail. So start now and acknowledge it, embrace it, see it through. Hey, successful soul. Before you head to the next episode of Spiritual Success, be sure to come join me and other like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals in my Facebook group called Spiritual Success Sorority. Everyone is welcome. And if you're loving the show, you're going to love the group even more. There, I'll be engaging with you weekly in live shows, listening to your input for new weekly topics, and hosting exclusive workshops for members only. So if you're looking to really up-level your financial and personal success, meet me on over in the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group. See you on the inside.